Hey there guys, this is Flamesaron, aka YouTube's Tosuke. I mentioned a while ago, like on my last Wheneverly update, that I was thinking about doing a video review of, like a movie review on the movie Crazy Heart. Well, I've decided that I should probably go ahead and do that. And if you notice that the quality is better like the regular videos, it's not because I got a new headset or anything, it's because I have an old stand that went along with one of my old headsets, which were also detachable mics, and so I just, use the mic. Yeah, you get the idea. And also apologize in advance. I'm still a little sick, so bear with me a little bit. But that movie Crazy Heart. Let's talk about that movie. I mean, that's the point of this review. The movie was actually pretty good. I saw it, Sunday afternoon. Didn't really expect to do much. Didn't really feel like doing anything. I mean, for me, Sunday is normally a homework day, like during the school year at least. And I saw it, and it was pretty good. Basically, the story involves a character named Bad Blake, who's played by Jeff Bridges, and he is a veteran musician. He's a country singer, and he's already past his prime. Like, to quote him, he says he's friggin' or probably fucking 57 years old. um, and he's, like I said, past his prime. He doesn't really make that much money. I mean, I'm sure he has like a ton of money. I mean, he's a famous musician, and he he does these little mini concerts every now and then just to make a little extra money. Like in the first opening scene, it shows him going to a bowling alley, ready to do bowling at his just to bowl while he's there, I guess. And he not really happy with himself, I don't think, because based on what I saw, he didn't really seem to be happy with himself, and he's sort of a lazy person, doesn't really want to do anything, but more importantly, he's an alcoholic. And since he doesn't really feel too good about himself, or at least is just bored with things, he drinks alcohol a lot, and he it sort of makes him feel better. It's actually kind of like the angry video game nerd now. How how like the nerd he drinks his beer, his Rolling Rock to ease the pain of the games, the bad games that he plays. Anywho, uh, and Bad is he's going to perform like a another concert at this restaurant, I think, or this bar or something. And he's a solo artist, so he gets like these little bands to like play with him. Well, the keyboardist happens to have a niece who wants to do an interview on him, and he accepts. And after the concert, they do the interview. Well, he falls in love with her, and they do these little mini interviews like every now and then. Like they always get back together, and the love just keeps getting bigger and bigger to the point where they friggin' sleep and have sex, like during their second interview. Um, and it's just about him sort of it's a really essentially a major character study. It's really about Bad Blake, and his alcoholism and his style of life, doing his little concerts. One thing that can be noted about the actual movie is that its music is very good. I mean, even if you don't like country, you can probably at least appreciate the music. I mean, personally, I don't really like country that much, besides the Rascal Flats, but the music's pretty good, and it's performed by Jeff Bridges. So, I mean, if you're a fan of his music, because I know that in real life he's a musician as well. I think he only did one album. Anyway, you'll probably like him, and also it's kind of cool that Colin Farrell actually does some singing as well. Like he does like two songs, and Colin Farrell's character, Tony Sweet, is like a modern musician, like a modern country music whose mentor was a Bad Blake. It was also my first. This was also my first movie where I actually saw Colin Farrell, or at least as far as I know, I probably could have seen a movie that he was in and didn't even know it. And I've been told by my mom and my dentist that I look like Colin Farrell. So if any of you people out there, like any of my fans, actually care about like what I look like, let that be an indication of what I look like. I definitely think I look like him through like the eyes and the hair color. Uh, but yeah, the music's good. The acting's pretty good. Jeff Bridges did a very good job. All the actors did a fantastic job. I felt that everyone did a good job. Uh, One gripe that I have with the movie is that it doesn't really explain much about what exactly Bad Blake's problem is, and there's little backstory on what happened to him to make him pick up alcoholism. Like I said, it's a character study, so it starts at one point and then it goes on to the next. The ending might be a little predictable, but that's only once you figure out what his problem is. See, the problem is that he's an alcoholic. In the beginning, it makes it sound like it's just a trait of his. Like even like during his concert, there's a scene where he gets sick and like leaves the concert while they're performing a song that he calls "I Know," and he goes outside to throw up, and he kind of goes back and like takes a short breather and then goes back to continuing the song. And if and I'm sure there are several of you out there who are smart enough to pick up on things like that, but I didn't. So it's a little unclear exactly what this story is trying to tell you. Uh, Essentially, the main point of the plot is that he's an alcoholic and he needs to stop, and he realizes that, and blah blah blah, he gets better. It's not a complete turnaround like you would think, though. I'm not going to say anything else about that. You'll just have to go see the movie for yourself. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about the movie. Good acting, good music, uh, good everything, but the only problem that I have with was its plot and its explanation of what exactly is going on. I felt that the movie didn't really talk much about, what his problem was, because there was obviously a problem with them. I mean, when you see his lifestyle from like when he goes home, you could kind of tell that he kind of had a little bit of a slight problem, I suppose. And it's not really revealed until an event happens, which I'm not going to spoil, which kind of makes him kind of see, how things go. But yeah, that's all I have to say about the movie. If you are interested in seeing the movie, you should totally see it. It's a good movie. It's definitely fun to watch. I don't know if it's a movie that you should probably buy unless you really like that kind of stuff. Um, Overall, the movie's good. When it comes out, if you're the kind of person who likes that kind of movie, I would say go buy it or go rent it or download it legally. um, but like, as far as letter grade, I'd say a B plus. I mean, it went down a letter grade mainly because of the plot, and when it comes to a movie, the plot is pretty important. But yeah, don't let that ruin the movie. It's really just a small thing that I had with. I mean, if you read the book or you're pretty good at catching on to things like that, then that won't be a problem for you, and you could probably enjoy the movie. And yeah, that's my review on Crazy Heart. This is Flamzeron, aka YouTube Stasuke, signing out. See you later.